everybody, Strider's back with another pre-game stats breakdown. Starting off on the red team, we're going to have Rumble, Gangplank, Leona, Skarner, and Tristana versus the blue team, who has Olaf, Nunu, Caitlyn, Vladimir, and Darius. Should be a very exciting match. So starting off at the top lane, we're going to have Rumble versus Darius. Rumble mains jungle. Rumble in the jungle. Ah, yeah. But Rumble mains jungle while Darius mains top lane. I think this is going to give Darius a pretty big advantage just because he's more used to that top lane play. Rumble's been played by this person 34 times with a 64% win ratio, which is actually pretty good. But then again, Darius, on the other hand, has been played by this person 250 times with a 57% win ratio, which is really good. So I think I'm definitely going to have to give the top lane to the blue team on this one. And then if we transition into that mid lane, we're going to have Gangplank versus Vladimir. Gangplank mains AD carry, while Vladimir mains AD carry as well. So no one's going to have a huge advantage. Gangplank's been played by this person 11 times with a 45% win ratio, which is not that great. But Vladimir's been played by this person 125 times about with a 56% win ratio, which is pretty good. And that's just a lot of games played. It's going to have a lot of experience with that champion as well as against others. So I think I'm also going to have to give the mid lane to the blue team as well. And then if we take a look at the jungle, we're going to have a Skarner versus Olaf. Skarner mains jungle while Olaf mains caster, so this can give Skarner a little bit of the edge here. But Skarner's only been played by this person about 40 times with a 53% win ratio, which is not bad, but it's not phenomenal either. Olaf's only been played by this person, also a little bit less than 40 times, about 35, with a 52% win ratio, which is also, not bad, but not phenomenal either. I think I'm just going to have to give this to the Skarner in the long run because he does main jungle. So the jungle will probably go off to the red team. Then if we transition into the bottom lane, last but not least, of course, we have the Tristana versus the Caitlyn. Tristana mains jungle, while Caitlyn mains caster. So no one's going to have a huge advantage there. But Tristana's been played by this person about 43 times with a 62% win ratio, which is actually really good. But then again, Caitlyn's been played by this person about 50 times with a 64% win ratio, which is even better. So it's hard to say, but I think I'm definitely going to have to go with Caitlyn on this one. Even though I like to see Tristana win, statistically based, it looks like Caitlyn will come up on top. Then if we take a look at the supports, we're going to have Leona versus the Nunu. Leona mains top while Nunu mains jungle, so that's not going to give either of them a huge advantage either. Leona's been played by this person 17 times with a 52% win ratio, as to where Nunu's been played by this person 14 times with a 64% win ratio. None of them really have a huge advantage over the other. It's really hard to say. It could go either way, but Nunu scales pretty well with Caitlyn just because of her passive headshot, and he'll be able to sustain a little bit more. But then again, the kill combo of Leona and Tristana is not to be underestimated. It should be a very interesting lane, but I think overall I will end up giving it to the Caitlyn Nunu on the blue team. If you add up everybody's wins and losses and put them all together, the red team is going to have a 58.22% chance of winning, as to where the blue team is going to have a 57.81% chance of winning. I think I'm actually going to go against the numbers on this one and vote for the blue team. I just think they have a more powerful team as far as individual lane matchups are concerned. So let's go ahead and get into the game and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Strider's back with another slice of ELO heaven. Today we should have another fabulous game. Of course, we always have fabulous games, but this one should be even extra spectacular. This is the first episode on the new kind of halfway point patch. So we should have a couple very interesting things. Unfortunately, we don't have the new TF, which is a little depressing because I think he looks kind of cool. He's a little big. The model's a little bit bigger than just the average skin for the most part. But it doesn't look too bad. I don't know. It's just that the animations are really, really smooth. I kind of like the new sounds with the stuns. Just everything seems really fluid. It's just very unfortunate that we don't have one in this particular game. So sorry about that, guys. But we do have a jungle Olaf, which is something we do not see frequently. Especially when there is a Nunu on the team. Since Nunu's also an excellent jungler, but it looks like Nunu will be supporting, it seems, and then Darius will be going top. So not a huge, crazy amounts of changeness going on onto the blue team, but still interesting picks overall. I'm a little bit worried about their lack of CC, since they don't really have any besides a couple slows. I mean, they have Olaf's Undertow, they have the Ice Blast, as well as the Absolute Zero. Caitlyn has her traps, but in a team fight, it's pretty difficult to get those off since there's a delay. Vladimir has his pool, but he's going to be using that to get away, not typically to slow people. Darius has his Apprehend, but not really anything else outside of that. So I'm a little bit worried about the blue team in that aspect. But as far as mid lane goes, or as far as the red team goes in mid lane, it looks like we may have a Rumble mid lane, which could be interesting. And Gangplank going top. We'll have a jungle Skarner. Just pretty good. I do like jungle Skarner. He kind of fell out of favor there for a while, but he is starting to come back into favor, which is always really nice to see. Ever since they nerfed the Quicksilver Sash, not very many people were buying it, and that's really what made Skarner a lot more powerful, was the fact that not many people felt that the Quicksilver Sash was worth it. It just wasn't really worth investing all that money in and not getting any health out of it. But before, it was super, super cheap, and it was just the ability for anybody to buy it as their defensive item and not really hurt over it at all, made Skarner kind of weak. He wasn't weak, but he was weaker than, he should have been. Now I think he's at a really, really good place, so I'm interested to see if they continue to do that, or if people will start purchasing it a little bit more frequently. It looks like Gangplank's actually going to be going mid, and this is going to be great for Gangplank. He's going to be able to spam his Q onto this Vladimir, so that parlay is going to do quite a bit of damage to that Vladimir. The only thing is he is going to run out of mana pretty quickly. Vladimir does not have any armor though, so he is going to take quite a bit of damage. Looks like Gangplank is finally starting just to use it to last hit the minions, which is probably what he should be doing at this point. He really just kind of needs to get up a couple gold per 10 items. Oh, Darius taking quite a bit of damage from that Rumble. Those electromagnetic harpoons are just proving to be quite a bit. He actually has not picked up the scrap shield yet. Wow, he's going in really, really hard with the follow from Skarner. Are they going to be able to pick it up? Yes, the flash has come out. Is it going to come? Yes, the crystalline slash was able to pick it up. Great job by Skarner being able to pick that up. That crystal slash. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Wow, that was a really good pickup. Very powerful kill in top lane. They really needed it. Wow, Nunu doing a lot of damage, but oh my gosh, Leona is completely stuck out of position. She is going to take quite a hefty amount of damage from the exhaust coming out from Nunu and the basic attacks from Caitlyn. Even with the kill lane being Leona and Triss, they're actually losing this lane. Just pretty surprising. I thought they were going to have a commanding victory. Triss is only at 8 CS to where Caitlyn is at 19. So it's not very good. A great stun coming out. Is it going to be able to kill her? That is the real question. 2 health, 5 health, 8 health. Oh my gosh. 2 HP. Oh, that is so disheartening, especially for them. Gangplank going down super, super low, and yes, he was able to pick up that kill in that exchange. Let's see exactly what transpired. Looks like a lot of basic attacks going out, throwing on that grog-soaked wound, taking a little bit of damage, and yes, the Ignite and the Parlay are definitely going to finish that off. Very unfortunate for Vladimir, but great job by the Gangplank being able to pick that up, and that's one of the great things about anybody with like a spammable move against Vladimir. Vladimir has issues against people that can just kind of freely throw out damage, and that's why Zilean is one of the better ones. And this is going to be really bad. A great flash now coming out. Is he going to be able to hit the axe? No, he does not hit the axe. He's going to do quite a bit of damage, though. Yes, he will pick it up, but he will go down, and that is going to be unfortunate. The kill is not going to go to Skarner. It's not going to refresh his buffs, but that is going to be a kill exchange, and is still in favor of the red team for sure, because that did cause the blue team's jungler to lose both of their buffs, and it's definitely not a trade you want to do, especially since, like, if Gangplank was legendary or had some form of killing spree, really, it could have been worth it, but losing double buffs for a kill is definitely not something you really want to make a habit out of doing. So I do think that was a little bit of a mistake coming out from the blue team, but they were able to finally get on the board, and that might have kind of ended their streak of dying and their streak of not getting kills. So we'll see how that ends up happening. Oh, and a great stun now coming out, but the Ice Blast is going to do quite a bit of damage, a significant amount to the Tristana. She is, oh my gosh, she's going to be able to do as much damage as she can. Is Leona going to go down? It looks like she will. The slow from the rocket jump doing as much damage as she can, and wow, that is going to be a lot of damage going down onto Trist and Caitlyn. Wow, that was a really good exchange. Both teams going extremely low on bottom lane. If one jungler was there, that would have been GG. Well, not GG, but it would have been over for that particular exchange for sure. This could be really bad for the Rumble. Rumble's taking quite a bit of damage. He's starting to turn around, but it was a little bit too late. And he's level 6, but it doesn't look like he's really going to do anything outside of that. Very unfortunate for Skarner. He definitely could have gotten that impale, but I don't know if he would have been able to do anything since Rumble is not quite level 6. He's about a half a creep wave away. So hopefully he'll be able to hit level 6, and then they'll be able to get a really, really, really easy kill up on top lane once again. As long as they can shut down and keep this Darius down, that's definitely going to help them. At this point, let's see if we can get to live. And once again, Gangplank is just proving to be able to zone out completely this Vladimir, and that is going to be quite a bit of hefty damage. Let's see what happens here. Skarner is coming off the back. He does have those boots of mobility. He's coming in with that speed, and yes, Vladimir does not pull in time, and that is going to be a free kill for the Gangplank and a nice little assist for the little lobster crab himself. Wonderful job, great play coming out from the red team, and it looks like, wow, he has not quite finished it. He decided to pick up a pickaxe instead of finishing the gold per 10 items, and now I'm very interested to see if they're going to end up giving this to the Gangplank. It looks like they're deciding over it right now. I don't know if Gangplank will be taking this or not. It looks like he will be. Yeah, that is going to be a nice little blue buff, and that's going to suck for Vladimir. Vladimir's going to have a lot more issues in lane now, and this is going to be a lot of damage going on to this tower, but it's not going to be too much to where Trist can't handle it. Trist is a really good AoE wave clear with her explosive shot going down. And Ice Blast still throwing out the harass as much as possible, and now another headshot from Caitlyn, really proving to be so much damage. And this could be really bad. Tristana she did step on a trap, and it looks like she did it intentionally since she did have that health potion going. It doesn't look like there was anything else on top of that, though. So great job by Trist being able to be aware that she can, what traps she can step on at what times and what times she can't. Oh no, great stun going down. Gangplank throwing out the ult, and this is going to be a great job coming out from the bottom lane. The solar flare being flashed out of position. Great job by Caitlyn, doing a phenomenal job using that 80 caliber net as well as her flash, perfectly timing, getting out of every dangerous situation, and that was an instant kill onto the Nunu. Nunu had absolutely no chance. Once he got hit by that Zenith Blade, that was just easy peasy lemon squeezy. And once again, Vlad almost picked up the kill onto the Gangplank. It just did not happen. Gangplank had that blue buff, and that really set him ahead. Caitlyn's coming back to lane. This could be really bad. Leona's taking quite a bit of damage from that tower. She is going to have to recall from that. And now Caitlyn's just going to continue to free farm. And uh-oh, we could see an upper hand followed up. Yes, it looks like the guillotine. It came out. Oh, the scrap shield isn't going to survive. Yes, he will. Just barely. Oh my gosh. That is extremely disheartening. That scrap shield. It just makes him so deceptively tanky. It's still going to back him off quite a bit. And to be honest, killing someone this early in the game it's good because you get the gold, but sometimes getting them down to nothing and forcing them to stay in lane and then recall and then heal up their health bar and then walk back to lane actually takes more time than it does to die, respawn with full health, and then just go on about your merry way. Sometimes you'll lose like 3 or 4 seconds at least just from having to sit and spawn and heal. You'll lose like 3 or 4 seconds, plus the 7 seconds, 8 seconds it takes to recall. It's just a pain in the butt. So sometimes it really sucks once you don't die. I mean, it's great that you don't die because you're not feeding the other team, but at the same time, it does have its downfalls as well. Skarner's getting back to his jungle. He does have those boots of mobility. He has a heart of gold. He's going to be able to do quite a bit of work now. And uh-oh, I definitely see a potential Zenith Blade coming out. And this would be really bad since Olaf is here. He will be able to throw out that ghost. And they're going in really hard. The Zenith Blade actually doesn't quite land. The Absolute Zero now coming out. And that is going to be a Solar Flare completely whiffed and a great field goal. And that is going to be a tanky, tanky, tanky woman. And in the meantime, Rumble was actually able to take apart. Wow, I'm actually pretty surprised at this. Rumble's going to throw out the equalizer. Yes, that is going to be quite a bit of damage with those auto attacks. Just enough. And he is not even going to really get that close to being dead. He does have that Dorn Shield to withstand a lot of those basic attacks. But overall, he doesn't have any spell vamps, so he's not gaining that much health. Uh-oh, and this could be really bad for the Olaf. Olaf is going to have to throw out his ultimate. And it's definitely not gonna happen. He was taken down by a combination of the Gangplank and the Skarner. And wow, Gangplank is just doing so much work this game. 6-1-1. He has a Tiamat. He's ready to farm. I'm very interested to see if he's actually gonna build 5 Tiamats, because that has always been a hilarious build for me. The 5 Tiamats, he throws out the parlay and just does a ridiculous amount of AoE damage. And while Caitlyn's doing a ridiculous amount of job, she throws out that ultimate. It's not going to take out Gangplank. He is going to survive pretty easily with a significant amount of health. Not really being too much danger. She needed to hit that Piltover Peacemaker. It just unfortunately did not quite land. He's a little bit too fast with that raised morale speed buff on him. And it's just incredibly difficult to hit him. And now I thought she was actually going to throw out some harass with that headshot, but she decided to farm with it a little bit. Triss doing quite a bit of damage. She's able to take the Nunu down to about half health. And oh my gosh, the Zenith Blade now coming out with the stun. And that's quite a bit of damage. The flash coming out from Nunu, but Nunu ends up going down to the Ignite. And now the Solar Flare coming out from... Oh yeah, she's definitely going to tank herself to death. Is Triss going to go down as well? Yes! Oh, one more tower shot. Is it going to kill her? 22 health. Yes, Gangplank picks it up with that ultimate. That is going to be one more kill going in favor of the Gangplank. And that is going to be an extremely scary Gangplank. He has that Executioner's Calling. He has a Phage. He has the Tiamat. He's going for an extremely early build. These are relatively cheap items, all of these. And he's just getting so much gold. If he continues to pursue this type of onslaught on the entire blue team, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to come back. If he can just shut them down as much as possible, that Executioner's Calling is going to be so good against Lord Vladimir as well in those team fights. It's not going to be half bad against the Olaf either, because of Olaf's passive. It's just going to be absolute madness. And it's about time Skarner finally got his Heart of Gold. He still has that Fairy Charm. He hasn't quite upgraded that into the Shirley's Reverie. And oh no, now the Guillotine came out with the Ignite, and that will pick up the Rumble. And this is going to be really bad for Darius since Skarner is behind. He does have those boots mobility, and I think that is going to be a dead Darius. Darius trying to do as much damage as he can. Skarner, don't think, yeah, he's not even going to bother using his ult. Completely not worth it. Not worth the 90, 80, 90 second cooldown at all. So he wasn't even going to risk it. Let's see if we can get back to lane real quick. And that was a great Zenith play. Coming out with the Solar Flare, doing quite a bit of damage. Is Nunu going to go down from that? I don't believe he will. He took a lot of damage, but it just wasn't quite there. Almost. Just almost had it. Nunu's going to continue to heal up with... Oh my jeez. This is going to be another kill. Wow. Wow. That was a huge crit going down onto the Vlad. Vlad gets ignited, and then again another parlay right to the back of the face is going to easily pick up that kill. In the meantime, Olaf is completely zoning away the red team from that bottom lane, giving blue team a free tower kill. And now I'm interested to see if they're going to decide to go for this dragon or not. That seems like it's the next logical option. The red team is currently 3k gold ahead, and if they can come back, either counter with a tower of their own or get that dragon, that's really going to help them out. Because right now it's really close. It's almost even. There is a pretty big kill difference, and since you can't see global gold or global team shared gold in non-spectator mode, it's very possible that the blue team is losing a little bit of morale. But then again, like I said, it looks like Gangplank is using quite an early game build. He's 8-1-1. I believe he has quite a bit of gold in the pocket. Yes, he does have 2,300 gold. I have a feeling he's going to go back and get a BF sword, but he's actually going to pick up this blue buff once again, and we'll see what happens at that point. Woo, another free blue buff. And Gangplank being able to spam those parlays on a 4-second cooldown at this point, doing quite a bit of damage. And he is going to have a little bit of an AoE splash on it. And the blue team is now finally going after this dragon. They're going to be able to pretty much kill it with two people. The red team does have a ward on this, and that is a great solar flare, but it does not matter. It looks like Olaf is going to get caught out of position here, but not before he takes out... Uh-oh, this could be really bad. Gangplank's ult now coming out, doing quite a bit of damage. Yes, Trist ends up taking out the Olaf, and oh, this is going to be really bad. Skarner's coming in from the back. Two members of the red team flash over the wall, and that's going to be a raise morale increase, quite a bit of attack speed. Skarner still has his ultimate. He can get a free kill from this, but that Ice Blast is going to slow him down quite significantly. It's going to put him in combat, which puts him to movement 2, as well as slow him from the actual slow. And uh-oh, this could be really bad for the Gangplank. He is taking a lot of damage now from these auto attacks, and he's just going to survive without any problems. That removed scurvy is still going to do quite a bit of damage. It's doing a lot of work. Not a lot of damage, sorry, a lot of healing. But in the meantime, Darius all by himself, able to take that top tower, while Trist ends up pushing the bottom tower. And that is going to be a second blue tower going down as well in mid. Holy cow, so that was a lot of towers. It was like 3 towers went down in all the span of 10 seconds. This could be really bad for the Gangplank. He is going to have to dodge this next axe if he wants to get in there. Oh, now Olaf, he's going to have to ult. Yes, Olaf does ghost to get out of there. He didn't have to ult. I thought Skarner was going to potentially use his ult for the other ult. It just didn't quite happen that way. It was a great attempt. It was a great attempt. So I really, really like this game. It's pretty close so far. The red team is about 3.5k gold ahead at this moment. Let's see if they're going to be able to keep that up again. Gangplank is going to get a lot of gold. Oh, a great apprehend, getting 2 members of the red team. Equalizer and Gangplank so coming down at the same time, and Skarner is going to drag Darius into the tower, but he's going to get guillotined, completely dunked on, and uh-oh, this could be really bad. And that is going to be a solar flare. No! A great flash followed up by the 80 caliber net. Going to be able to get out of there. Gangplank is now in hot pursuit. He is going to back off and just continue farming. That was a huge engagement for the blue team. So it's a 2-for-1 trade. unfortunately, but they were able to take out that pesky Skarner. He didn't have a killing spree, unfortunately. Oh, and a great pull coming out from Vlad just to get under that Zenith Blade. Very unfortunate. It looked like it connected, but it just did not quite get there. And it looks like the blue team will successfully be able to defend their inner middle tower, which is something I was a little bit surprised about. I was a little worried that Trist was just going to be able to completely outrange them. She is only at level 11 though. Once she hits level 18 though, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to really be able to stop her. She's going to be attacking so quickly once she has rapid fire proc. And I'm not exactly sure if she's going to be going for that Infinity Edge or if she's going to be going for the Bloodthirster. I would assume the Infinity Edge, since you wouldn't normally get a pickaxe otherwise, this early anyway. And, a Trinity Force and Boots of Lucidity with a crit hook coming out from Gangplank. That is not going to be fun times for them at all. So Gangplank just went back and got ridiculously strong. Like, ridiculously strong out of nowhere. Oh, and this could be really bad, and that's going to be a great equalizer. Is he going to get the ultimate off? Oh, no, it looks like they're just going to continue to kill him. Oh, I really like how Darius gets grabbed in his awkward positions. Oh, and this could be really bad. Oh, Darius, he's going to do a little bit of damage, but yeah, that is going to be a free kill for the Skarner. And now Gangplank coming out. He's doing as much damage as he can, but he is going to go down. That is going to be a ridiculously amount of damage and gold going on to the Olaf. Olaf just picked up a huge chunk of change. He's at 1,200 gold in the pocket now. He was a little bit behind, but now he's skyrocketed back into the lead as far as junglers go. 6,400. Second highest on his team, doing a really good job. The third highest in the game. Yeah, Gangplank really just fed him quite a bit of gold. Better giving it to him than the Trist, though. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know if I would have rather given it to him or given it to the Trist. Or, sorry, not the Trist, the Caitlyn. Either one would have been terrible, but I think giving it to the Caitlyn would have been even more detrimental, for sure. Skarner looks like, yes, he's going to give away that blue buff once again. And this could be really good for the Gangplank. He has a green pot now. I don't know what they're going to decide to do. It's possible that they may group up. It kind of looks like that's what they're doing, but Rumble is still split off from them. Rumble is 1-1-3 with 133 CS. Not doing a whole lot this game quite yet. But hopefully he'll get there. He does have that revolver, so he's going to have the spell vamp. I don't know if he's going to end up upgrading that into the Will of the Ancients. I don't believe he will, because there's pretty much no other AP champions. Oh, and Apprehend going down onto Skarner. Skarner's taking a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. And that is going to be, Gangplank gold with the equalizer coming right through it. And Caitlyn will be going down to the Trist. Trist getting a double kill, picking up Vlad as well. Oh, and the Zenith Blade now coming out. Going to be able to exhaust down that Olaf. Olaf getting away pretty easily. That Ghost really helps with getting away. Oh, Gangplank is going really, really hard in the paint now. Oh my gosh, so much damage going off onto the Gangplank. Is he going to kill him? Yes, that will be a nice trade. A great revenge. Revenge kill for the Gangplank. He really wanted that. You could tell. You could tell in his eyes that he wanted that. But with Olaf being down, since Olaf is the jungler, that is going to give Red Team basically a free opportunity to take the Baron with no consequences. Or, sorry, not really no consequences, but no risk of them losing it. It would be extremely ridiculously lucky if anybody was going to be able to steal this Baron from them while Skarner has Smite up. It's virtually impossible unless you have another Smite or a single target damage that does more than Smite, which is not likely because Smite does quite a bit of true damage. So again, wonderful job by the Red Team, really being able to pick up that Baron, and that is a dragon coming down for the blue team. good trade, I suppose. It's better than not doing it at all. They knew they couldn't contest that Baron, and so they really just had to do something. Taking Dragon is definitely not the worst idea they could have done, but it definitely helped them more than they probably would think. It is still keeping them in this game. And now Olaf is going to be there. He's going really hard in, but he may get out of there. Yes, he's going to be out of there just fine. Apprehend actually missing onto the Gangplank, which would have been a really good grab if they were able to get him. But unfortunately for them, it just did not quite happen. The BF sword now going down onto the Gangplank. Looks like he's going for... Oh man, yeah, it looks like he's possibly going for the Infinity Edge. This could be really bad news. Oh, and the Skarner gets the ultimate off onto the Darius, and Darius is going to go down almost instantly. Gets absolutely destroyed by a combination of the Gangplank, Skarner, and Rumble. Great team coordination. They really used their ult. Oh man, that was a great stun coming down. And now Trist, is she going to be able to pick it up? No, looks like Skarner will be able to take it. She jumps to the next target. She has that red buff. It's going to constantly slow them down. And yes, she's just going to continue on her onslaught. And oh, a great Xenoblade now coming out. Oh, beautiful. And that was a double kill coming out for Tristana with some wonderful assists. And that is going to be a lot of bad news for the blue team. Red team is skyrocketing ahead in the lead. They were only ahead by about 3,000 gold 10 minutes ago, and now they're ahead by quite a bit. That is going to be another tower going down for the red team. Oh, it's Flash Apprehend coming down. Is he going to get the dunk? Is it going to kill him? Yes, it will. He does have the Ignite as well. And oh, Triss is going to be able to pick up the kill on Darius. Yes, he will. Oh, this could be really bad. Gangplank, he does have his oranges. He was able to get out of that, but the undertow is coming up again. Oh, man. And this could be really bad. The tower is now doing quite a bit of damage. Is he going to be able to get out of here with... Oh, the Solar Flare perfectly placed. Missed Xenoblade on a stun target, but it doesn't matter. The Solar Flare was awesome. That was a really good player. I like that. I like the fact that she went back just so he couldn't execute himself. It's probably not necessary. They didn't actually get the inhibitor for it. They took the inhibitor tower, but they didn't actually take the inhibitor. So we'll see what they're going to decide to do after that. Vlad is being an absolute monster when clearing out these waves. He really needs to be, since he's about 60 CS behind, as well as 12 kills behind. Gangplank getting 2,100 gold. What is he going to buy? That is the real question. Is he going to finish off that Infinity Edge? It could be a couple things. Yes, it's the Infinity Edge. Oh, man. That is extremely disheartening. Oh, and the Zeke's Herald coming out is definitely an item we don't see often enough. Coming out from Leona. They do have a lot of auto attackers on the red team, though, so it definitely does not surprise me that she decided to go with that pickup. The Death Cap finally getting completed onto the Rumble. He has another Blasting Wand. I'm not sure what he's going to do about it. I'm still not sure if he's going to upgrade it into the Will of the Ancients or not. I wouldn't think that he would, but anything's possible. You never know. It is more Spell Pen, and he is kind of, you know, an in-your-face type of champion, so that extra Spell Pen will help, and of course, so will the ability power. It's definitely not a bad item to get by any means. That, and, you know, Skarner does some magic damage. I don't think Gangplank does anymore. I don't know, they've switched it a couple times. Yeah, physical. His ult might be... Yeah. So his ult is ability power based, and that's going to get, wow, a huge ultimate now coming out from Gangplank, doing so much damage. A great equalizer now coming out as well on quite a few members of the blue team. And wow, that is going to be a huge follow-up, and yeah, that is a triple kill coming out from Gangplank. And Wow, a 5 for 1 exchange. 4 still alive for the red team. They're going to take down this inhibitor with absolutely zero problems and possibly get another tower. Oh, and that is going to be a surrender vote for the blue team. Completely expected, of course. Didn't expect them to really be able to come back after that fight, especially. But overall, man, that was just an absolutely beautifully played game. A great way to learn how to counter Vlad. If anybody's had problems with Vlad in the past, that is an excellent way. Anybody with a spammable, low mana costing move can do it early game. You just have to make sure to do it before he hits level 9. So once he hit level 9, that Q is just on such a low cooldown. It's very, very difficult and very annoying to push through as far as damage-wise. But yeah, congratulations to the red team and GG to the blue team. Overall, it was a phenomenal match. If you guys like my videos, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel and helps me out a lot. If you have any feedback that you want to give me, if I'm doing something wrong or if you would like something changed, feel free to leave a comment or send me a private message on YouTube. I read all the comments and all the messages, and I reply back to almost all of them. You can even look at the previous videos for reference. But overall, if you want to see any new videos or any previous videos, you can use those buttons on the screen as well as the subscribe button. Make sure that you participate in the tag contest that I have going on. So come up with a tag for this particular game. If you have a good idea, put it in the comments and it will be voted on. I will choose whatever one I feel is most appropriate or best for it, and I will add it to the video after 24 hours and award you a point. After a certain amount of points, most likely it'll be 5 or 10, I will award you with an RP card. So it's really exciting. It's just my little way of being able to give back to you guys as the community, and I really think you guys might appreciate it as well. I don't really know, so we'll find out. But yeah, thanks guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.